Hello Stampers, this is super awesome stamper Shirley Merker. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Wisconsin, USA. Thanks for purchasing my sunflower kits in the mail for May 2023. Here is the assembly video, and at the end I'm going to show you the free As a Daisy Designer Series paper that's in the new annual catalog, plus what the pattern paper looks like in the pack, and give you a lot of ideas to use this pattern paper pack. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to do the easy one first, which is the crushed curry one with this crushed curry sunflower. So take your kit out and see what you got. It should look like this, hopefully. Pretty close. Set everything carefully aside. Now, I cannot include stamped images in your kit. That's why I don't tend to stamp during the assembly videos, add sentiments, but you certainly can. I had a hard time adding a sentiment to this because the sunflower is so large on the front, so go ahead and add a sentiment in the inside if you want. And you can see that I added the full liner for the inside of this card. My sample, I used my standard 1/6 of an 8.5 by 11 piece of basic white, but since I was cutting these down for the layer on the Fresh Fuchsia card, I decided to include it in the inside of the crushed curry one as well. All right, now it's just layering up. So it's the green, garden green layer, which measures, it's actually in your PDF that I emailed to you. It measures 4 by 5. And then this measures 4.75 by 3.75 inches. And those measurements will be in that emailed PDF. All right, so you just start layering up and deciding if your pattern has a right or a wrong, or up or down. I'm actually going to assemble this right on the grain and not on the card base, because that'll make it a little bit easier. Have changed my host code today, so there is that if you need to place an online product order. I've got a host code that's available for orders that are less than $150, excluding shipping and tax. This piece is just scrap waste. You can do whatever you want with it. This goes here. It should fit totally in there somewhere. It doesn't have to, though. Let me see. I think I checked that. It does fit somewhere, but I kind of liked it off-center, and I did put it up on dimensionals. We're not going to attach this down, though, to the card base yet, because we got a few things tucked behind it. Let's attach this next. All right, I was telling you about the host code. Host codes are used to gather orders to one specific person. And in this case, the person would be me if you use my host code. And that allows me to earn a few extra host dollars so I can spend them on postage and extra supplies, maybe stuff a little bit more in your kit than I normally would. Here is where, there we go. You just gently squeeze. You attach this however you can with whatever glue you want. So my glue bottle is maybe halfway gone, and that's like the perfect amount in the bottle, because then you can squeeze a little bit and a little bit comes out. Okay. Now, I didn't line it up either, but it will line up somehow, but I kind of wanted, we won't line this one up and we'll line up the purple one. How's that? Kind of liked it off the edge a little bit. Okay, maybe you won't. That one's going to be off the edge a little bit. All right, now we've got some stuff to tuck behind. Now you should have full pieces. This was a retired shimmery paper. I had some scraps left, and I thought those would work great for little foliage. So one goes there, one goes there. You should have longer pieces, though, is what I should say. I used just scraps because I knew I was going to tuck it behind. There, and then your skeleton leaf will go over that. And then I included 2 of these. They look like lemons to me, but they're leaves. They'll go underneath that sprig. Got your 2 butterflies and that and that. Okay, so you attach these however you want. I think I am going to just put some tape runner there and there. These are so small. Cardstock, let's just put a little bit of glue behind there. Thank you for purchasing my kits. Gives me something to do. And I generally assemble them assembly line. So that's why for these kits I said, I posted them on my blog and then I said they'll start shipping a week later. That way I can kind of assembly line all of the prep. There's that. Okay, and then this is going to go over the center. Now I included a shimmery center and also the center that was cut out. I didn't really like the opposite side. I didn't like the center being the green. And I had, again, these scraps, so I thought, let's make it a little bit shimmery and fun. You can use something, leave the crushed curry exposed as well. That just fits in the center. Hold it down for a few seconds if you're using liquid glue. And I'll take these off. Oh, that didn't stay on. This is shiny paper, so if you're having the same thing happen, and it is snowing / raining here today, so that does not help. I guess it depends on how dry your area is. You could also use a glue dot there and it would pop it up a little bit. There, now it's staying. All right, you only got 2 little mini brushed brass butterflies, and these are carrying over into the catalog as well. You get quite a bit per sheet. A lot of our sequins, there's quite a bit per sheet. So if you're just somebody who's making cards, you know, if you're family and your friends and not making a ton for I don't know what, but usually our self-adhesive embellishments are good or packaged for customers. You get a little bit of a variety and you don't get tired of using them before you use the packet up. Okay, now we gotta put it on. Oh, I see, I totally got that off center. And I'm not gonna worry about it. Can you see that? I was probably talking and I didn't realize it was off center. Oh well, not gonna worry about it. The sunflowers are blowing in the field, right? All right, that's our crushed curry one. So let's sweep that aside and pull in the fresh freesia one next. This is a beautiful color. So glad it stayed in our lineup. Here's this one. So similar setup, but we're gonna do something funky with that ribbon. So why don't we set the ribbon aside and deal with that last? And start with, this is a scrap. You just put that aside and put it wherever you want. I like to do assembly line stuff, so let's do assembly line adhesive here. And then work our way across. So this is the inside piece. I'll try to make sure I center that a little better. This is our outside piece. We don't have any backing like leaves and foliage on this one, so I'm gonna assemble this one right on the card. There's that. And then I cut your center, your opening, so that it goes towards the top. You could certainly have it flip it around and place it towards the bottom. Okay, now this is popped up on some dimensionals. 3 is good enough. It's not going anywhere with 3 of them. And let's see if I can get this to fit in. This one's got a really slanty Yeah, it does perfectly fit in. You just have to look for it. Again, this one I didn't perfectly fit in, so you can see some of the white behind. I still like seeing that white behind, but that's all right. I'm giving you 2 different looks today. All right, and before I put my glue on this, I'm going to find where it lines up. Right there. So I look for, this was this little swoop right here. We've got 3 that kind of have a larger swoop. Oh, and I didn't get all of the back, the chads out. So look to see if they poked out. Now the center ones didn't poke all out either. I'll leave that up to you if you want to poke out all your center ones. I'm going to leave the center ones in that didn't poke out. There's a few, 1, 2, there. And I'm fine with that. You know what? No, I'm not. Just going to poke them out as long as I have my take your pick tool. There. Okay, now find where it lined up again. Right there, so I know where I'm going. Let's flip that over. Brush some glue. So if you placed an order with me in the past year, I should say a product order through my online store, and generally I've got an ordering minimum, you would have received a new annual catalog from me in your snap box. Have you received it yet? Lots of good ideas in there. The catalog used to be titled Idea Book and Catalog, and it is just that. It is great for the ideas. Now it flips over this way. And where are the little thingies? Right here. But if you're finding that your shopping list is long, your budget is smaller this year, you might consider joining my Super Awesome Stampers team for the best benefits, because the #1 benefit to being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator is actually the demo discount. That's instant. You don't have to do anything to receive that. All you have to do is sign up to be a demonstrator. And it's even better if you sign up to be a demonstrator on my team, because I send you a snail mail card every month. I include you in on all my virtual events, my Facebook events. I mail you those PDFs that I advertise on my blog that people get for free when they place orders. And just contact me if you need to discuss what it means to be a demonstrator on my team or the requirements. It's easy peasy. Nobody's pressuring you to make sales or do parties or be an online demonstrator. It's all up to you. All right, now I've got the 3 larger little gems there. You might have gotten the 3 smaller or the 3 medium, just depending on where you were in my little pick line. You also would have received a couple of other colors of gems, and obviously they don't color coordinate, so don't put them on if you don't want to, and just save them for another project. Okay, the center of the sunflower, it's right there. I put it on the inside. All right, so now I gave you a foot of this ribbon, so cut off for the inside. A length, and you can see I made it smaller because, or I cut a length off because I wanted my ribbon a little smaller, but I also used that to cut this right here. But since I gave you plenty, we're not going to cut it. We are going to leave it whole. I was just trying to do something a little different with this ribbon. The wider ribbons are hard for me to use because I can't tie a good bow with them. This is just going to go in the center. And this ribbon is retiring, but it coordinates perfectly with this pattern. So therefore, that's why I used it. Okay, now This is just an easy bow. Cut off. I'll measure it for you. But you know, once you have one template for something, you can just take up your supplies to it to make the next ones. So I cut off about 2 3/4 inches there. Now what I did was then, with the same amount, we're going to do a little longer. We're going to do 3 inches. And then I just cut off the edge and one of the metallic stripes. Then the rest of this ribbon is extra for you to use somewhere else. And then I just did a knot, double knot I think, because this is slidey ribbon. Oh, maybe not. I just did a knot and then I probably glue dotted it. Flipped it around, so then you get a nice little loop in the center. Yeah, I flipped it around. I'm gonna grab my glue dots. And I can see that it is fraying, and that's fine. I don't mind fray. I like the shabby chic organic look. Put it on the center underneath the sunflower. Gonna move your tails where you want it. And then either slide your faux loops over or cut them off so they're about the same. So there. So there is my sample card, and there's one I made with you. A couple choices for you to decide if you want to do overlapping entirely up and down, or if you just don't care and kind of do it however you want to put it on there. Well, this one is overlapping. The die cut is, but the fresh freesia outline is not. All right, so those are 2 cards for May 2023. My Kits in the Mail change every month, so make sure that you go to my blog at superawesomestamper.com and click on Kits in the Mail for the current event or current kit offering. And I currently have the Starburst kits available. So I've got various floral patterns left. You'll get some bright florals, and you might get some Abigail Rose, but you might also get a Wash and Beauty. I didn't finish this card, but in the center of that card will be one of these essential tags and some ribbon and some sequins. So that is also listed on the current Kits in the Mail Starburst blog post. If you missed those, go ahead and order them. I have a few of those left. Then I told you I would give you a sneak peek of what I designed for my May events. So I grabbed my Nature's Prints stamp set and coordinating dies. These are currently bundle priced. Oh gosh, I'm pretty sure they're currently bundle priced. They are no longer bundle priced in the new 2023-2024 annual catalog. So if you like this bundle, you'll want to purchase it while the bundle pricing is still good. But these are the samples that are coming up in my May virtual events. So I've got a few Google Doc collabs that if you place an order, you get Google Doc collab. It's a PDF that's emailed to you. I've got a couple of virtual events coming up. This is my simple specialty samples. And then my fantastic fun folds is continuing this year. So we do 1 fun fold a month. It's a PDF tutorial. I may even add a video in mine. I'm not sure this year if I get time. The videos always take longer than I think. So sometimes the videos kind of lag behind. But there is a PDF tutorial taking you through the steps of making this waterfall card. And there are 11 other designs in that tutorial to kind of spark your imagination to use your own supplies with the tutorial. All right, now last, we're going to show you the Free as a Daisy pattern paper pack, which is what I use to create your kit. So I've used this pattern right here, this green and yellow. Backside is this like taupe. And then I used this one, this fresh freesia with the mustard looking backer. And then all the rest of these, I just got crazy with Free as a Daisy. Here's this one. and the backer for that one. And then my color fold as well is right there. The back of this one is this mauve. I should know these color names, but they're new. So I paired it with the basic gray. I really like that. And this was just, I think, this piece. I didn't think I would use it and create a scene or that piece. So they're sized to fit card fronts. What else? There's that one. Oh, this one was this piece right here. So I'm going to tell you a trick to cutting this one down. You look for the lines that can make a complete cut. So we can make a complete cut here. Once you cut that off, you can make a complete cut there. Once you cut that off, you can make a complete cut here. Then you cut there and there and there and there and there and all those. So you've got some perfectly sized layers to use on your cards if you don't like the pattern that's there. Backside is this gorgeous mauve though. This pattern I didn't use. And then this pattern I included in some of your kits. So some of your kits may include some designer series paper as your little bonus gift. It had a little bit of extra weight and room. So I tried to include the free as a daisy pattern paper in your kit. All right, I think that's it. Thank you for coming along and purchasing my kits in the mail. Hope you enjoyed creating your cards. Consider joining my Super Awesome Stampers team if you have some reasons that need to be met. Click the contact button on my blog or email me and let me know if you have any questions about being a demonstrator. I'd be happy to answer them. And we will stamp with you soon. Bye.